So let's imagine I'm walking on the riverbank or on the beach, and I have a sandwich. I made it. It's my favorite bologna and cheese sandwich. And I'm walking around getting ready just to whip it out and uncork it and start eating it. When a guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, I'm really hungry. Give me half your sandwich." And so I do. I give him half a sandwich. Now, I would say that this is actually a very virtuous transaction. Why? Because first, I am a good guy. I shared my sandwich. I feel good about myself, and rightly so. And the person who gets the sandwich is a recipient of a good deed, and so they feel a sense of gratitude and a sense of obligation, and maybe later if they have a sandwich, they'll share with some other guy. So it's an all-round, you may say, virtuous transaction. But now I want to run the same transaction, but run it through the government with slight modifications. So let's follow the same transaction. I'm walking on the beach, I got my sandwich, I open it up, I'm about to eat it, hungry guy shows up and he goes, "I'm hungry, give me half your sandwich." Now let's say that I answer no. Now, in a sense, I'm not doing anything evil because it is my sandwich. It is mine to give. If he doesn't get it, he's no worse off than he was before. I'm not oppressing him. I'm merely not conferring a benefit on him. But nevertheless, I've said no. And now something interesting happens. I hear galloping, and here's Obama on a white horse. He shows up. He dismounts, and he puts a gun to my head. And he goes, "Hand that man half your sandwich." And so I do. And so the outcome is the same as in my earlier example. The other guy ends up with half a sandwich. But now let's follow the actual transaction. First of all, I am a reluctant giver. I was not going to give him the sandwich. I'm forced. I have a gun to my head. It's no virtue to me because I'd rather give up the sandwich than have my brains blown out. So I just chose the lesser evil. I deserve no credit. The guy who gets the sandwich, far from feeling appreciative, he feels entitled. "Oh crap, only half a sandwich. Where's the other half, man? I'm really hungry." In other words, he's entitled. And so what I'm getting at is the same transaction that would be a beautiful and virtuous transaction if it were voluntary and in the private sector becomes a monstrous transaction. In fact, if you look at this transaction of the horseman dismounting and putting a gun to my head, if someone tried that in the private sector, they would be considered an outlaw and sent to prison. If you show up somewhere, dismount on Fifth Avenue, take out a gun and force some guy to take out his wallet and give half his money to another guy, the cops will be all over you. And yet the same banditry is legitimized and considered to be noble because the government's doing it. Now, their use of force is no less than the bandit on the street. It's very important to realize this. Because ultimately, if you refuse, they will do nothing less than to shoot you.